Hi, my dear friends. Welcome back to English lessons. Last day, we studied about future perfect. And you know very clearly about what is future perfect and how to use future perfect. Everything you know, you learned. It is very clear about, there is no doubt about it at all. Now we are going to the next topic, that is present perfect continuous. Already we have learned present perfect. With the present perfect, we are adding one more, that is continuous. We have studied separately the continuous form and perfect tense. Now this is the mixture of present perfect and continuous. Present perfect continuous tense together we are mixing. It's a mixed tense. We can say that it is used especially in action began in the past. An action started in the past and it has been going on still. An action already began in the past. An action started in the past and it is still going on. The action is not stopped. So that is the use of present perfect continuous. Present perfect, you know, this is the mixture of past and present. Present and past mixture is present perfect. But now this is present perfect continuous means it is the mixture of perfect and continuous, both. It is the mixture. So an action, it expresses an action which began in the past time, it is started. And it has been going on still. The action is going on still. At present also the action is going on. This is present perfect continuous. There is no doubt. For example, if I take a small simple example for you, I have been living here for 10 years. I have been living here for 10 years. If I speak, 10 years back, I started my living here and still I am here. And there is another chance. When we speak, I have been living here for 10 years. When I speak, these 10 years, I need not be continuously live in this particular place. I can change the place. There is a chance to change the place. But when I speak about this present perfect continuous, that is, I have been living in this place or here for 10 years. When I speak, I am here. So this is the difference. I have been living here for 10 years means it shows that a particular point of time in the future, a period of time in the past, the action began, the action started and has been going on still. This is the process. Okay? You understood. An action, a work which started in the past and has been going on still. They have been watching the match for half an hour. They have been watching the match for half an hour. Means half an hour back, they began watching TV or watching the match and it has been going on. Still they are watching. That is the meaning. You have been, we can say that you have been learning English for 15 years or 10 years, 8 years, so on. You can say, I have been learning English for 10 years. I have been learning English for 5 years. 5 years onwards, you have been learning. You have been in the process of learning. That is the meaning. An action which began in the past and has been going on in still. But there is a chance of gap in between the actions. If we speak, I have been learning English for 10 years. 10 years, totally you haven't learned. Totally you haven't learned. You in the middle, there is a break. There is a chance of break. In the middle you stopped learning and holidays. Sometimes you left, you traveled, and different other works you have done. But when we speak this sentence, I have been learning English for 10 years, means 10 years onwards, this process has been going on and now also I am learning. This is the meaning. Okay, you understood. This present perfect continuous is used to express an action started in the past and continues still. An action started in the past and continuous still. For that examples, a lot of examples I gave you. You remember all the examples also. It's simple. The baby has been crying. The baby has been crying since yesterday. The baby has been crying since yesterday. Means yesterday started crying or last night. If I speak, the baby has been crying since last night. Since last night, if I speak, one point of time, that particular point of time, the baby began to cry and still crying is going on. It has been raining. It has been raining since yesterday. Generally, it often happens. Yes, it has been raining since yesterday. Means yesterday started raining and has been going on still. When we speak this sentence, it is raining outside. This is the. There may be some break. There may be some break in the middle of the action. When we speak this action, it may be going on. It is going on. That is the present perfect tense. So the examples of present perfect and the working of present perfect tense and the usage of present perfect tense, you understood. It is very clear for you. Okay, right? Here, in the past, I have been teaching English for 20 years. I have been teaching English for 20 years. Means 20 years onwards, I have been in the field of teaching English. The work is still in progress. It is going on still. That is the meaning. So, when we speak here, I have been teaching English for 20 years, means 20 years back, I started teaching English and has been going on still. The work is going on still. This is the meaning. So, here, let us see what is the structure of let us see what is the structure of present perfect continuous. Generally, we know that at the beginning there will be a subject. At the end, there is a object. Middle, there will be a helping verb. What is the helping? What is the auxiliary verb used here? We know. What is the auxiliary verb used here? There are two auxiliary verbs. One is have and has. Has is the have or has is the helping verb or auxiliary verb which we use in the present perfect continuous. Have, has after we should use been, be form, because ing form, that is present participle. We must use the present participle, that is ing form, at the end as a main verb. Before main verb, we must use been. Without been, we cannot. For example, if we take have, has are the helping verbs. After have and has, there should be the V3 form. Be and be form is followed by ing form or present participle. Before be form, before the ing form, we must use the be form. That be form must be a participle, present participle, past participle. That past participle of be is being. Past participle of be is being. So I have been listening to music for an hour. I have been listening to music for an hour. Means 1 hour onwards, I have been listening music. This is the meaning. So here the verb is have been listening is the verb. Have been listening is the verb. Let us see how to frame them. There are two, have and has. Two used. Already in perfect we have seen have and has we use compulsory. When we have to use have and has, it is very clear for you with the plural subjects, the number of the subjects, basing on the number of the subject. Subject number is singular, either singular or plural. If it is a singular subject, has is used. If it is plural, have is used. Okay. So here, if I take I is always considered as a plural. So we must use plural helping verb. I have, I have, I have been staying here for 10 years. I have been staying here for 10 years. I have been living here for 10 years. Means 10 years back, I started living here and still I am living here. That is a meaning. Okay. Let us see how to, and what is the has is with a he, she, it. He, she, it, and singular nouns. Singular nouns or singular subjects we must use as the help. Has is the help. So he has been playing chess. He has been playing chess for half an hour. He has been playing chess for half an hour. It shows that half an hour back he started playing chess and now also he is playing chess. Okay. Let us see how to frame negatives. Yes, we know framing of negatives in all other tenses. If there is a helping verb, we just add not or int contracted form with a with a helping verb. For example, here two helping verbs are there. One is have and has. One is have and another is has. So it is very quite common. Just add not, have not, has not, have not, or has haven't, hasn't. Short form is haven't or hasn't. Hasn't or haven't we have used. Here let us see. I subject is the first form. Subject and haven't or hasn't been is compulsory as a because we are going to add ing form. Ing form is the present participle. It is a continuous tense, the present perfect continuous. So in continuous tense, we use the present participle, that is ing form V1 plus ing form. Okay. They haven't been living here since 2000. They haven't been living here since 2000. Here I used the since 2000. For an hour, since 2000 means starting a period of beginning period in the past. A beginning period in the past is mentioned here. That is why I used since 2000, since Monday, since yesterday. It is all starting period. It shows the period which began the work action when it started. That shows the since Monday, since morning means morning onwards. Since yesterday means yesterday onwards. Since last year means last year onwards. Since 2010 means 2010 onwards till today. This is the meaning. Okay. So they haven't been watching the match for half an hour. If I speak half an hour onwards, they are not watching. They are not watching the match. That is the meaning. So meaning differs. In this way, meaning differs. So here, how to frame the negative you understood. Negation is with a helping verb, just add into or not. Haven't or hasn't. I haven't been teaching for 2 years. I haven't been teaching for 2 years. 2 years onwards, I am not teaching. I am not doing this work. This is the meaning. He hasn't been, or she hasn't been learning dancing for a year. She hasn't been learning dancing for a year. This is 1 year onwards. She has not been undergoing dance training. So this is the construction of negatives. Negative construction you understood. Now finally, there is question as in like all we have done framing of questions. How to frame the questions? You know, very clear. Framing of questions. First, there is a helping verb. Yes, if there is a helping verb in this structure already there is a helping verb. There is have or has. It is placed at the beginning of the sentence. Starting of the sentence is with helping. That is have. Have is placed at the first starting have or has. Have or has, two are the two helping verbs. Next subjects. Subjects after been will be been after V1 and ing, that is present participle form. Plus object question mark. Yes. Simply, if I give you a positive sentence, you can turn it as a question. It is very simple. Process is very simple because all these days we have been going through the same process because the placing of the helping verb at the beginning of the starting of the sentence and the next subjects and main verb, and this is the process. This is the position of words in the question. Position of words in the question. Okay. So let me give you one positive statement. The teacher has been questioning the students for an hour. The teacher has been questioning the students for an hour. This is the sentence. This is a positive sentence. The teacher has been questioning. Has been questioning is the part of verb. Verb part. For an hour. The teacher has been questioning for the students for an hour. This is the question. This is the statement. How to frame the question? First, you have to take what is the helping verb used in this sentence. The teacher is singular, so used has. Has the teacher, reverse. Has is placed starting. Has the teacher been questioning? Has the teacher been questioning the students for an hour? Has the teacher been questioning the students for an hour? Question mark. This is the framing of question. Another sentence, if I say you are able to frame the question. They have been traveling for 5 hours. They have been traveling for 5 hours. They have been traveling for 5 hours. This is the sentence. Here, what is the helping verb? Helping verb is have. Have is placed at the beginning, at the starting of the sentence. Have they been? Have they been traveling for 5 hours? Have they been traveling for 5 hours? This is the construction of sentence or question. And you know that whenever we place these helping verbs at the starting of the sentence, it is called as yes or no question. Okay? It is yes or no question. In yes or no question only, we place the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. Before this helping verb, again, if we place a question word, becomes WH question. WH question. Here you see, have or has is placed at the beginning. Subject is the next. Been is usually given because in the structure it is the as here V1 plus ing form. V1 plus ing form is present participle. Next object, there is a question. Have you been learning English for 10 years? Have you been learning English for 10 years? Have is the helping verb used here. Have is the helping verb used here. Next, it is placed, subject is placed. Subject is you. Have you? Been is the third form of be. Third form of be. That is past participle of be. Past participle is used in present perfect tense. So this is present perfect and continuous tense. So this is a mixture of double. Present in the present only, continuous and perfect both mixed. So we must use been. Been is the third form of the verb, that is was, been, are, were, been, am, was, been. These all am, were, been. These all is, are, am, was, were, be, being, been. This is called be forms. Be forms. These are be forms. Forms of be. Be is considered as the mother or base form or root word. So that's why these all words came from be only. So here you understood. The same question if we take, when have you been learning English? Just I used here, just I placed here when. When is placed at the beginning of the sentence. When is placed at the beginning of the sentence, the construction, the structure of the word changed in, it becomes a WH question. WH question. Framing of WH question. How to frame the WH question, you know. What, which, where, why, when, how, who, whom's, whom, whose, how many, how long, etc. These all are called question words. These question words, when we add at the beginning of the sentence to frame WH question, we get WH question. Okay, this is very simple. This is very easy method. So here, see, if I give you a sentence, you can frame. I will ask you how to frame it as a negative and question. Negative and question. Let us do some workout exercise. Okay, right. The players have been practicing the match. The players have been practicing the match. This is the sentence. Present perfect continuous sentence. The players have been practicing the match. Let us make it as a negative. The players have not been practicing the match. It became negative. How to make it is a question. The players is a plural, so have is used here. Have been practicing is the verb form. Have been practicing is the verb form. So let us take as a question. If I want to frame yes or no question, just simply place this have at the beginning of the sentence, and subject is moved towards second place. Have the players been practicing the match? Have the players been practicing the match? This is the framing of yes or no question. First, the players haven't been practicing the match. The players haven't been practicing the match since last month. Since last month, we can say. So in this way, framing of negative is possible. Framing of question, have is placed at the beginning. Have the players been practicing the match? Became yes or no question. WH questions, how to frame the WH question? Framing of WH question is very easier. Just to place, how long have the players been? How long have the players been practicing the match? How long means duration of time. How long have the players been practicing the match? Question mark. So this is the process of framing of sentence positive statements, negative and yes or no questions, WH questions. One by one, I have given to you. Now let us see. I'll give you another. Let us practice in another way. I'll give you the negative sentence. Negative sentence I am going to give you. She hasn't been reading this novel for 5 days. She hasn't been reading this novel for 5 days. She has not been reading this novel for 5 days. This is the question. Okay. Change it as a question. Question. We can frame it as a negative question. Negative question also possible. How? Hasn't she been? Starting only, hasn't she been reading this novel for 5 days? Hasn't she been reading this novel for 5 days? Question. Or has she been reading this novel for 5 days? Has she been reading this novel for 5 days? It's also a question. Positive statement is very simple. She has been reading this novel for 5 days. She has been reading this novel for 5 days. Okay. So, my dear learners, all you got the idea about present perfect continuous. And also, like in perfect, what I discussed, the same matter, all you remember. The first part, if you take any subject, Subject, any subject you take, there are two helping verbs. That is have and has. Have and has two helping verbs. That is, have is used with plural subjects. Plural subjects means what are the plural pronouns? You know already. What are the plural pronouns? Plural pronouns are I, we, they, you. I have, they have, you have, you have. I have, you have, they have, we have. Okay. She, he, it. These are singular pronouns. Singular pronouns. Singular pronouns. With this, we must use has. Has, she has, he has, Vinod has, Prem has, Raman has, etc. So, has is used with singular subjects. Whenever there is a singular subject, we must use has. Okay, this is very clear. We can use any subject, The main point you should remember here is the present perfect continuous tense is used. This verb form is used to express an action which began in the past. Earlier started an action and going on at present. There should be some gap or break of action. Break of action should be there or will be there. For example, I said it has been raining since yesterday means in the middle there will be gap. But now when I speak this sentence, it is raining. When I speak this sentence, the raining is continuously raining. That is the meaning. So once an action started in the past and still going on. It's a very, very useful and very good expression. Without using the present perfect terms, a lot of situations in our life we are unable to convey. We are unable to speak out. So we have to use in our day-to-day life most useful one. An action began in the past. You can say that I have been studying in 9th class, 10th class, 11th class, 12th class for 5 months. 5 months onwards, the process has been going on, still studying. It means you are not studying for 24 hours. You are studying and middle there is a break. Such kind of break is there. Yeah, now let me convey two sentence difference. I want to tell you the difference between the two sentences. What is the difference between these two sentences? That is, let us compare the present perfect continuous and present continuous. Present continuous and present perfect continuous difference. Let me convey to you. This is, one is, for example, I am watching TV. I am watching TV. I am watching TV. I am watching TV. This is present continuous. Present continuous. PC. I am watching. Already we have learned. We know it. Yes. Here, I am watching means the action one starts in the present and it continues without any gap. There is no gap between the action. But here, I have been watching TV. I have been watching TV if I speak. Here, this is present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. These two tenses there. Structurally, there is a difference. Have been is here, am is there. That is structural difference. I am not asking the structural difference. In action, in function, what is the difference between these two sentences? Because generally, when in our life, when we use these two kinds of sentences, two situations, when it comes, when to use it, we should understand. So here, see, I've been watching TV means, have been watching TV shows that an action started in the past and still going on. Watching the TV began in the past. Still the action is in progress. Middle, there may be some gap. I did not watch middle, my mother called. So I went and now when I am speaking the sentence, I am watching. But the first sentence, I am watching TV means continuously watching. Watching continuously, non-stop, that is, no stop at all in the middle of the action. So this is the difference. This is the difference between the
जय हे भारत
continuous
भाग्य
and present
विधाता
continuous and present perfect.
जगुजय
Understood or
मराठा
not? So here these two tenses differences when we compare when to use this both you understood. Now let me come back to the present perfect continuous. Some time references are there. Time references used.
अधिनायक जय
What
हे
is the time
भारत
references? Do you know?
भाग्य
Time references
विधाता
are this is nothing but here
द्रविड उत्कल
time
भंगा
references are just
हिमाचल यमुना गंगा
recently if we take
उत्कल
recently
जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ
for and
नाम
since
सुहागे सर्व
we
शुभ
use
आशीष
for and
मागे
since we use to show this timing, particular timing in the present perfect continuous. That is also very important. Okay. So just recently, just before or for or since these timings used, these time references we can use with the present perfect continuous. So please don't forget this one, this matter. So for example, I have been watching TV recently. I have been learning English recently. I have been learning English recently. Here recently, after I stopped there, or for and since particularly already I told you for is used with period of time, a long period, for 20 minutes, for half an hour, for 30 minutes, for 2 days, for 6 months, for 10 hours, 10 days, etc. That is for period of time, long period of time. But what about since? Since is used with a sharp point of time, that is since 2000, since Monday, since Sunday, since Wednesday, since January, etc. So, okay, that is a period or a point of time, sharp time. Since 10 o'clock we can speak. Since Tuesday we can speak. This is a one point, sharp point of time to express. And these for and since both used with the present perfect continuous tense. You have to remember it. Okay. Now let me show you whatever we have learned today. Just once we can recapitulate. So here you see present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous tenses expresses the action which is occurred in the past and they proceed in the present current situation or maybe in the future. Subject is the have or has been and verb ing form is the object. I've been working on this since March. That is okay. So these notes you will get it. You have to go through all these total notes, subject and the structures given here. Further examples already we have done the exercise also. I have been working on this since March. It is positive sense. How to frame the negatives? I haven't been working on this since March. Negative. Have I been working on this since March? Here, since March, since I said since and for is commonly used with this tense form. If we take the second sentence, she has been listening to songs for 30 minutes. It's a positive sentence. Okay. She has not been listening to songs for 30 minutes. Has she been listening to songs for 30 minutes? Interrogative sentence. Interrogative is nothing but question. Question forms. Now, present perfect continuous, positive, negative, and this all given together. I have been starting. I have not been starting. Have I been starting is question. So this type of some sentences also given to you. Okay. There are several examples for you here. These all examples to help you to learn more, and the total usages of tenses also given. Total usages of tenses clearly I am giving to you here. You can read and understand. Any further doubt is that you can just let me know your doubts and everything. Yeah, I hope that you got the usages of present perfect continuous without any doubt. So, my dear learners, you all understood the usages. So, all the best.
Thank you, sir.